Hi guys, and welcome to Achieve with Carolina Live. I'm Carolina Romaniuk, child and family sleep specialist and founder of Achieve with Carolina. So tonight's topic, what we're going to be chatting about is if you keep your baby up late, will they fall asleep faster? What do you think? Hey, Angelica. So if, that's a common misconception that we usually hear when we become first-time parents, or if we're kind of reading some information on our own. So that's something that I really wanted to tackle today. Let's see what kind of music would you guys like in the background? I wanted to do something interesting today. Let's see. Let's try maybe yoga. How was your day? Since I want to wait for a little while until more people show up. So let me know, what did you guys do today? It's pretty nice outside. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Angelica. Okay, can you hear that? Let me know if you could hear that. But I'm gonna move the laptop over here. Hey, Tina Marie. Let me turn this around. Woo! So I just lost myself. Hold on. Let me get this back on. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Okay, I got this cute little mini tripod that's holding the my phone steady. So yeah, it just completely collapsed on me. Okay, so tonight, what is going on with my hair? So what we're going to be talking about tonight is a real common misconception, and that is if you keep your baby up right before bedtime, or if you try and surpass bedtime and make it a little later, like just push it, that you feel as though your child will sleep later, they'll sleep through the night, they'll sleep later especially if you have 5 a.m. wake ups, and that's kind of what you might want to, logically that kind of makes sense, right? When you think about it, that you'll push times later, everything else will shift later. But that's false. So I'm going to go into the details and why that is. Now, as I always say, nighttime is a reflection of daytime sleep. So first things first is you need to make sure that you know how much sleep your little one is getting during the day. Sleep has to be balanced. You can't just brush off naps and say, peace, it didn't happen, tough noogies. We're gonna then just, keep our standard bedtime all the time. So everyone that's signing on, thank you so much for signing on. We're talking about tonight a huge misconception with nighttime sleep. Hey Jane. So one of them is, if you wait later for bedtime and you push it, later, that your baby will sleep faster, that there won't be real tantrums, and they'll sleep better as well. So that's completely false. And I'm going to go into the reasons why. That's what I was talking about right before I did like a recap. So again, nighttime is a reflection of daytime sleep, and what you want to do is make sure that naps are really good. And the second factor is you always want to make sure that bedtime is fluctuating. So if naps were shitty, bedtime is going to be bumped up. If naps were really good, bedtime can stay at its normal standard time, but making sure that it's age appropriate. You don't want to make a 9 or 10 o'clock bedtime for a 2-year-old. That's just super duper late. And what happens is most kids, they will go into overdrive and they'll have night wakings. That's when toddlers start to wake up in the middle of the night. They start asking their parents, mommy, come sit by me, or daddy, come sit by me. And then they start going to your room because they start having night wakings because their sleep is completely broken up, that they're having fragmented sleep. And that's what sleep deprivation is. It's fragmented sleep. So one way that you would do is to make sure that bedtime and naps are nicely balanced, and you are kind of looking into making sure that there are no type of associations as well. So tantrums will happen when there's an association related towards sleep, right? So if your little one needs you, the breast, the bottle, rocking, a stroller, sitting by them, things like that, those are called associations. So if they don't help you with your little one to fall asleep, then you obviously need to change it into something that's more beneficial to you and your family. And on that part, making sure that when you're placing them down to sleep, that they are alert enough that when they open up their eyes, in the middle of the night, or if it's during naps, that however they close their eyes when they fell asleep, that's their first expectation that they have when they wake up, right? So if they fall asleep by you sitting by them, you rocking them, you feeding them, whatever the case is, when they wake up and they open up their eyes, that is what they expect. So if you're placing your little one down and you're trying to push bedtime late, you're going to have to instill all these other tools. And yeah, maybe it might work for a couple of days or maybe a week, and you kind of got lucky, so to speak. But then what's going to happen is it's going to catch up. And the lack of sleep is going to catch up, and it's just going to pile and pile and pile, and then sleep deprivation starts to form. So we really don't want to do that. We don't want to push times on sleep whatsoever. We really want to make sure that they're nice and balanced, right? So with that said, any questions that you guys might have before I go into the next part? I see we're getting lots of viewers on tonight. Hey everyone! So we're talking about, if you keep your baby up late, will they fall asleep faster and sleep better? And that is totally false. Hey Maria! So what we want to do again is make sure that we're keeping sleep nice and balanced. And when you start pushing the times, so for an example, let's say bedtime should be good at 7 o'clock, right? And then you actually force, or your child starts to push, and the next thing you know is that they're falling asleep 2 hours later, like it's 9 o'clock. And then that really doesn't help the case much, because what happens is they've already missed close to 2 cycles of sleep, so they're getting on the end cusp of what they really need, and that's what you don't want to happen. So you really want to make sure that you're getting the proper time frame for your little one to go to sleep. Jane says, how do you get them out of fragmented sleep cycle? So fragmented sleep, that's broken up sleep, and nighttime is usually every 90 to 120, 160 minutes between one sleep cycle. During the day, it's usually 30 to 45. So when you're getting a child out of fragmented sleep, that usually means that they have some sort of an association that's formed. So when they do wake up, they need that crutch, that piece to help them go back to sleep. So that's what you need to work on. If you have the schedule intact, and then the schedule should not interfere with fragmented sleep. You shouldn't have fragmented sleep if the schedule is perfected. And if you still need help with that, then I would suggest for you to schedule something with me so then we can kind of work a little deeper into it. But there are 2 parts to that, Jane. So fragmented sleep is one, is if there's an association that your little one has to get them out of it, that you need to instill. So if they need to be rocked, held, fed, or anything like that, I would work on eliminating that. Once you eliminate these factors and you have a proper sleep schedule put into place, fragmented sleep should really go away. And that's what I specialize in sleep hygiene and making sure that we're getting a nice cohesive amount of sleep throughout the night and for naps. Maria has, I hope that answered your question, Jane. Maria, you're asking, yep, I hear that all the time. Let him stay up late and he will fall asleep better and sleep through the night. Absolutely not true. Yeah, totally. So it's not true. You know, just, it's like a weird saying. It's kind of like, my pleasure, Jane. It's kind of like saying, it's kind of like saying what? I'm drawing a blank right now. When I remember, I'll let you know. I'll type it in the comments. I had a really long day today. But any other questions do you guys have? Hey, Pamela, thanks for joining. Cool. So I guess I was quite thorough this evening, and we will be talking on Wednesday. Thanks, Pamela. I'm going to be thinking of a topic to chat about on Wednesday. If you guys have any pressing questions, let me know. You can shoot me an email at itsme@achievewithkarolina.com, or you could private message me. So let's chat back on a Wednesday, same time, same place. It's a date. Love you all. Sweet dreams. Mwah. Have a good night, guys. Bye.